I'm back and I'm looking crazy with all these different colors on my face, but now I want to give you some quick lip tips. So the first thing that you're going to need for a really good lipstick application that's not going to feather out or anything like that is you're going to want to make sure that you take some powder, okay? And I like to use the Behold powder. And I like to do it before. Some people like to do this afterwards, but for me, I like to do it before. So I'm going to take this powder, and it's just a setting powder. And I'm not getting it in my mouth, I'm just getting it around my lips. Your lips tend to have natural oils on the outside, and I feel like that causes it to bleed out sometimes. So I like to start with a little bit of setting powder, and you can actually use a tissue and do the setting powder over it as well. But this is just something that I've always done and it's always worked. Next, I want to show you a trick with white liner, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to want to make sure you have a really white liner, and you're going to outline your lips with white liner first, okay? I like to put a little bit of extra right here in the center because that tends to be where my lipstick wears off the fastest, and so it'll hold a little bit better. Another tip, if you really want to make your lipstick pop, you can, and make your lips look a little bit bigger without having to get injections, you can line the outside of your lips with the white, then put your lip liner over it, and it's going to create a little bit of a shadow to make them appear bigger than what they are. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to take my lip liner, and I'm going to use like a really bright pink because I really want to show you, and I'm going to use Posh. So everywhere that I put that white, I'm going to go back with my lip liner. And you'll notice it's a little bit harder to get it on over the white. It's like a little bit stickier, but that's good. That's what's going to keep it in place. Okay, now that that's on, I'm going to do my lipstick. And I'm actually going to show you guys. I normally wouldn't wear Posh with the Sentimental Liquid Splash, but since I know a lot of people have it, and that's the only lip liner I have over here today, that's what I'm going to show you guys. This is a really soft color, but I want to show you our matte liquid lipsticks. So a lot of people have had issues with these, but it's strictly because you're putting way too much on. So you want to make sure you get all the excess off, and I like to use the divoted side of the lipstick. Then, before I start on the top, see, I don't even really need anything else. Now you can go ahead and let that set. And one of the mistakes a lot of people make with these Liquid Splash lipsticks is you're really supposed to let it set for about 30 to 45 minutes before you start doing anything. So if you do anything in the first 30 to 45 minutes where you touch your lips and it could smear, then it's gonna end up to be a big mess. Also, if you put too much on, it's not gonna set correct. So a couple of tips on this. Number one, don't use too much. You don't need a lot. Number two, put it on one side of your lip, and then after you've done that, don't rub them together, but do this. Make that little noise. If you have kids, you should know how to make that noise. Just go. Then let it sit for a second, and then go in with the edge of this. And this is amazing because it has that super, super pointy edge. So when you get all the excess off of it, you have this super pointy edge. So even if you don't have the lip brush, you can use that pointy edge of this, okay? The next thing you want to do is let it be. Don't keep trying to like line it more and do all this crazy stuff. Just let it be. Once you get it on and you get your lines in place, let it be. And then you can actually go back with your setting powder after. I like to give it a couple of minutes before I do that. Or with a, what do you call it? Oh, with your Touch Press powder, and you can put a tissue over your lips and then just dab it. It's super, super easy to do, but I do not have a tissue. Otherwise, I would show you that right now. But if you have any other questions, please let me know. The Splash liquid lipsticks are awesome, but I think a lot of people are afraid of them because they don't know what to do, or they're afraid it's going to end up everywhere. And if you applied too much or you don't take your time applying it, it really will. So you just have to be careful. The other thing is that white liner is going to prevent it from bleeding. So having the white liner and then putting the actual lip liner over it, it's going to prevent it from bleeding. And another tip, so many of these colors, or really any of the lipsticks, you can really play with different liners. Like I said, normally I wouldn't wear the Posh liner with the Sentimental, but I wanted to show you a different tone that you can get and a different effect that it will get. If you use the Pouty liner, you're going to get a much softer overall look. If you use the Pompous liner, it's going to look a little bit darker and have a little bit more dimension. So just play with the different lip liners with these lipsticks because you're going to get different effects and different looks that way. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know if you have any other questions.